Have you ever wondered that there should be one book that can give you the financial success, that what you are looking for and what you are dreaming of, right? So I can recommend you one book that can really help in your financial career or success for the beginners, and that is absolutely a best fit for your beginning. So from this book, long ago when I started, of course, when I read this book, it helped me a lot. So I learned 4 important things from this book that I'm gonna talk about in this video. So you don't have to, of course, go and read the book entirely. Still, you can read, and I recommend you to read that. And the book name is The Energy of Money. The Energy of Money. It's a fantastic book that I recommend you to read this book. So the 4 things that I learned from this book are, it literally changed my life. It literally tailored my life when I was really getting started. So the first thing is separating your goals from the task. So the first thing what I really wanted to speak is separate. You have 2 things in life. One is goal and one is task. So when you separate them, you see the things very clearly and very, very different. So folks, a lot of us, we have things in life to achieve. So when we achieve that, so of course we feel relieved, we feel satisfied, and we feel relaxed. So that's called the life task. So life task is something for a short term that you complete that and you feel relaxed, relieved, or satisfied. That is for the short term. So I'm still in the first point. Let me explain to you very clear. So the other half of the life is called aspiration. That means the other half of the life, they are full of goals. But here's the tricky part. How you can really identify that what kind of goal is really important for you and that can keep you going or pushing or moving forward. So always filter down or write down the top 10 goals of your life, that what you want to do. The first thing, always money is involved when it comes to goals. If you want to achieve any goal, money is absolutely involved there. Either it consumes your money or you make a heck of a lot of money. So mostly, of course, even if you want to make a lot of money, you have to spend some money. So that means you are consuming some amount of money in order to make some money. So that becomes a goal. So goal usually takes a longer period of time, but it's worth it. So once you filter out those 10, from those 10, now here's the more tricky part. Filter out the things that what makes you overwhelmed. If from those 10, let's see, 7 of the things, goals, makes you really overwhelmed. So those are less priority. And the top 3, from the top 3, again filter out the 2 which are the most important. And when you do that, you feel attached to that work, you feel happy, you feel motivated, and you feel you want to do more, right? So filter from top 10, we remove the overwhelming stuff, and again 3 remaining. From the 3, we filter out the top 2 that makes us motivated and drives us more forward towards the money. So when you take out the top 2 from the top 10 list, work on that, work your ass off. So when you start working off, of course, that's where you start seeing results, and you really separate your goals and separate your task. In the journey of money, you separate these 2 things. So this is the first thing that I applied in my life when I really got started long ago. So when I applied this, I saw a big difference in my life. I saw something that I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even thought of that reading books can really change my life. So read books and you will see how big of a difference you will feel in your life. You catch some kind of fish, you catch some kind of meat in those books, and you will really feel different. You have ton of ideas. So here's the first thing that I learned: separating your goals and the task in life. And when you filter out, work on this too, and you'll be more motivated. You will be more driven towards the money, and your focus will be very solid and very, very clear. Number 2 is identify your standards of integrity. So I will go in a little detail in this so you can understand very clear, but I will not make it too long. So having a set of standards that aligns you in making money or in the flow of money, that is one of the most important stuff in identifying your standards of integrity. So here's the thing: to identify a set of standards with which you operate is called the standards of integrity. So how can I tell this? Write this down for yourself so you can really make a journal, or you can really follow this. That's before you engage in any commerce, like any business or any activity that really involves money, especially those your top 2 goals. Write down everything, that how you really spend money, how you really make money in that, and how you really consider that spending money on some stuff that is really important or that really makes you happy. Or write down even the emotions, what you really, the strong emotions, what you really feel when you are doing that activity, especially those top 2 activities, what you're doing. From those top 2 activities, that let's say you're spending money on XYZ products, right? So what are the characteristics of that behavior, like how you really see that? If it really makes you happy, if it really makes you fulfill to the full that you cannot express, that's one of the most important. Just note it down every time that you try to do, and you see how you really feel and how your standard change and how you feel more and more confidence. So you are really a big influence for your own self. Always remember this. You are a very big influencer for your own self. So this creates a clearer and a stronger flow of energy in making money. But once you have a strong flow of energy going, you can usually build it very easily. Like they're saying, like there is something what you see in daily life, that once you start an engine of a car, it takes a little effort, right? But once you start, it just keeps going. So you can accelerate how you want, you can put a brake when you want, you can really change the rhythm of the speed, right? So it's the same as the standards of the integrity here. So once you start making money in your life, or once you start noting down that how you really feel in spending money or making money, or how you feel in your characteristics, and that really influences you or not. So, and believe me, that should influence you in a positive way, not in the negative. Once it does in a negative way, those are not the standards of integrity. Those are never from that part. That is something from the daily task, what you're trying to do. But something you do that gives you big happiness, that's where I'm talking. Note it down and see. So that becomes the most important part in your top 2 goals, and that gives you confirmation and confidence that you should continue with this. So this is how you build the standards. This is how you identify the standards of integrity. And once you identify that, folks, it becomes much easier in life to follow on something or to keep going. And it becomes a very clear picture that what you want to do in life with those 2 goals. Number 3 is commit to keep promises. Always, when you commit for promises, I mean, this is what I'm talking, this can be related to anyone. But the first thing, always when you promise in your top 2 business what you want to do, or your top 2 goals what you want to do, you have to start making promises for your own self that you can achieve that, and try not to break those promises, right? Even if it happens by accident, something or the other, try to repair and fulfill that promise. Always, you know that we are energy. So once you make those promises unfulfilled, even with yourself, even in your business, or even with the people you deal around with, you feel something imbalanced energy. So you don't want to feel that. You never want to feel that. If you want to feel the balanced energy, always try to make small promises and try to fulfill that. So even the goals, what you are doing in the sense of money, so that try to fulfill that on a smaller scale first, so you'll feel satisfied. That gives you a rhythm, that gives you an acceleration towards moving on to the big steps in your goals, in your financial success. So this, what I'm talking, is absolutely related to your financial success. Most of you guys, when you start out, of course, you don't pay attention on the things that required for you to be rich, for you to be wealthy, or you want to be financially independent. You don't focus on that. You only focus the end part. The end part, okay, if I have this money, I want to do this, but focus on the journey. So, like I told you just a minute ago, that once you make those promises unfulfilled, you will feel the energy imbalanced. So same is the money. Money is technically a form of energy. To feel good in the relationship of this energy of money, that energy must be balanced. I mean the promise must be fulfilled when you're dealing with money. Let's say you want to invest $1,000 and you want to start something, but you fail. But again, don't give up there. Try to fulfill that promise, that in a way or another, doesn't matter if part one doesn't go, try it with the part two, or try with the part three, but fulfill that promise that you want to be successful in that. Once you do that, believe me, everything becomes much easier. So anytime you make promises from now onwards, moving forward, even the little one, commit to keeping it. So always commit that I will fulfill this, and that will really make me fulfilled, and I will feel the balanced energy, and that will make you absolutely confident. So this is the third biggest step. Commit to keeping promises. So this is the biggest stuff that I want you to learn, and write it down, all what you're watching in this video, and apply it to your life. Believe me, your life will take a dramatic, big change on a positive side. So, folks, try to arrange the things in your business. Try to take small steps. Try to make small promises, and try moving forward on a small steps. So you'll feel satisfied once that promise or the step is completed. You'll feel more and more confident, so you're ready for the next big step. The last one is, you have to know where your energy leaks. So this is purely, I'm talking about the money. When it comes to money, you have to know where your money is leaking. That means that good energy, what we spoke in the last 3 points, where your energy is leaking, that means where your money is leaking, right? So let's say, example, you are spending $15 a day for the entire year on something very, very useless, right? That you don't even need in life, that even if you remove from life, nothing will happen to your life. So 15 times 365, just make it a calculation. You will absolutely lose around $5,500 for nothing. So this is where something is leaking in your life, the energy is leaking in your life, and you don't even realize where it's leaking. So cut down the unnecessary cost. Like example, it can be a simple coffee. Example, it can be a simple snack that you can avoid, and instead of that, have a good meal in home, or have a good meal wherever you are eating. So try to avoid, like, let's say you're ordering the food every single day, that's okay, but you are spending on sodas, you're spending on cigarettes, alcohol, that's where the money is leaking. I'm just giving an example, but you can identify and you can see where your life is really sitting at, but this is relative. the $15 or $10, this is absolutely relative. Depends on which country you are living and depends what kind of currency you use, but the numbers can be the same all around the world because it depends the currency. Again, identify where the energy is leaking, where the money is leaking. If you have a leakage, folks, you will never be able to fulfill 100%. You will never be able to be successful in life. Believe me, no matter what, you will be slow. Okay, you might be successful here or there, but never 100%. So this book, I suggest you to read. Believe me, folks, it will change your life entirely. It changed my life when I really got started. And subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video with more amazing information of financial success.